I just got back from an 8-day road trip to the Grand Canyon and a few other national parks. And after that big trip, I decided there are 13 things that you should always have with you when you visit the Grand Canyon or most other national parks in the US, especially in the summer. Number 1 is probably pretty obvious, but let's just get it out of the way. It's a refillable water bottle. Take the biggest container that you can carry easily when it's full, and make sure as you're going through the national park to keep filling it up whenever you see a water station. Most of the scenic overlooks or stops at the Grand Canyon or any national park are not going to have water. So they're spread out pretty far between, so always refill. Even if you've only got a little bit missing out of your bottle, it's always worth it to keep it full whenever you see a refill station. And if you don't like the taste of water, take along some of those little powdered water flavors or squirt bottles, whatever you need to make that water taste better for you. Item number 2 is sunscreen. So even if you're not visiting the Grand Canyon or any other national park in the summer, a lot of these national parks are at a higher elevation than most of us live at. And the sun up there can be really brutal, even if it's cold outside. So take that sunscreen, even if you don't think you'll need it. If you feel like you're starting to get too much sun, you can always throw some on. I never thought I'd be recommending number 3 again, but that is a paper map. My GPS on this trip sent me to a remote area in Utah. I was close to running out of gas and I lost cell service, so my map was not working. So I'm going to recommend a paper map if you're going to be driving around remote areas, just in case. Item number 4 is to always have your phone charger with you. So make sure you have an outlet that can plug into an electrical outlet and a car charging adapter for it too, so that you're always prepared just in case you get stuck in your car somewhere. You can charge it with your car, or if you get stuck outside of your car, you can charge it with an electrical outlet. Number 5 is to take a hat or a visor or at least sunglasses for everybody in your group. My boys loved having these hats that my mom brought for them. They protected them from getting sunburns on their face and their necks, and they also help shade their eyes so they can see better. I went with sunglasses and sunscreen on my face in this trip, but I also have longer hair, so it was protecting my neck for me. Item number 6 that I have on almost any family vacation really is at least a small first aid kit. If you want to go lightweight and won't be too far away from your car or someone that can help, I usually take at least a Neosporin with a pain reliever, an anti-itch medicine, some Band-Aids, a bunch of random sizes for Band-Aids, and ibuprofen. That itch cream really helps a lot when you have little kids that get a bug bite and they start complaining, they want to go home because they have an itch. If you have that in your bag, you can keep those kids happy, just wipe it on and they'll be happy to keep going on with your trip. Some sort of wet wipe that can clean or sanitize an area is good to have on hand too. And speaking of cleaning, something that I found recently that I really love is these foaming soap refills. So this is a refill for my foaming soap at home, but since it's paper sheets, it's easy to just rip off a little piece, add a little water, and you can get a full lather out on the trail where there's no water around and get your hands actually really clean. Wipes are nice for cleaning your hands in an emergency, but this is actually, you feel like you've got clean hands when you're out on the trail, which is hard to do. Number 8 is to have at least one pair of binoculars. Even if they're a smaller, more affordable version like these little ones here, they do make the trip more fun and you can see further away. Number 9 is an essential item whenever you're out in these remote areas, and that is paper towels, because they can be used for cleaning your hands, your face, but also when you're in those dry toilets that are already gross, sometimes they're out of toilet paper. So check before you go to the bathroom, and if you don't have toilet paper, you have these to use. Another amazing item my mom brought on this trip that I hadn't even heard of before is this Frog Togs. It's a cooling towel that you can wear around your neck when you're starting to feel overheated or hot out on the trail, but the material that this is made of holds on to moisture a lot longer than normal material, so it stays cold for hours. So again, this is another game changer. When you've got little kids complaining they want to go home because they're hot, this will change everything. Item number 11 is backpack-friendly snacks. So even for the grown-ups, when you're out in that heat all day long walking around, you start to feel hungrier faster than you think you would. So have portable snacks that you can eat while you're walking around. So I like to do maybe nuts, some sort of trail mix, granola bars, oranges, or just like the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can make those in your hotel room or RV before you leave for your trail. Have like a few sandwiches in your backpack, and it keeps everyone happy and out longer. Number 12 is good shoes. Now, I know it can be hard, especially with teenagers, to convince them to not wear flip-flops or sandals on a hot day. But if you want to do hikes like this, you have to be wearing the right shoes. So always have them with you. And last but not least is to do light layers. So remember that in the morning when you wake up in these areas, it could be 60 degrees in the morning. By mid-afternoon, you're into the 90s. So wear a long sleeve, lightweight shirt over top of a t-shirt if you have to in the morning so that you can take it off and it's easy enough to carry around. On trips like these, I also opt for the lightweight plastic ponchos instead of my raincoat because it's a lot lighter and I can carry more things without having it be a burden. Well, that's it for my 13 things that I always recommend having with you on a trip to the Grand Canyon or any other national park. I hope that helped you plan your trip, guys. And if you have any questions, put it in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer those when I have a chance. Thanks.